And welcome to our coverage Sunday at the Dow Championship. This team event, a different week, a relaxed week for many, but serious money and CME points on the line in this final round at Midland Country Club. A change in the conditions today. It's cooler and the breeze is stronger for the final round, but we are expecting low scoring because it's 4 balls today, so both players playing their own ball in the pairs. This is how it looks at the moment. Ewing and Kupcho had the lead overnight, but as you can see, Ronnie Yin and Atthaya Thitikul have a 1-shot lead. Further down, Georgia Hall and Charlie Hull need to get it going for the rest of the day if they are going to be in contention. Tom Abbott alongside Morgan Pressel. Kay Cockrell is out on the golf course for us as well. Kelly Tillman will join us later in the broadcast. That was Atthaya Thitikul just running through the back of the 9th. And we'll go out to the 8th. Great to have you with us, Morgan, and this is going to be a lot of fun today.
Yeah, it's an exciting day with this format. Lots of birdies to be made, even with the conditions a little bit tougher. Still kind of a go for broke mentality in this format. What a beautiful shot there by IK.
IK Kim and Heiji Kang in the mix here, and what could be a big day for Heiji Kang trying to get her first LPGA win. This is Ali Ewing second at the 8th.
Has a big iron there. You could see her right by the 200-yard marker. 2 gorgeous shots. A tough hole.
Kupcho now over on the right side has driven it through the fairway because it's a big dog leg from right to left.
Yeah, overdrew that one a little bit, trying to keep it under the tree. It's when you're happy to have a partner up there close for birdie.
Amanda Doherty, her second shot. She's playing with Caroline Inglis. And they're a couple under par today. It's 4-ball scoring, so you've got to go lower than that. Remember, we had a 58 in this format a couple of days ago. Par 70 here at Midland Country Club. Here's Heiji Kang's second at the 8th. Her 16th year on the LPGA Tour, and she has not managed to win yet. So this could be a monumental day for Heiji Kang. This counts as an official victory. Lexi Thompson playing with Brooke Henderson, second at the 15th.
Yeah, there's a beautiful crowd out watching, full crowd out watching this pair. No surprise, Tom.
Oh, yeah, and they'll be delighted with that. As we get to the green at the 8th, we can welcome in the 3rd member of our broadcast team, and it's Kay Cockrell.
Nice to be out here. It's turning into a good-looking day, a little cooler than yesterday, and the wind is up out of a different direction, out of the north. Heiji got all the green to deal with here. Not a very good leave, hitting it above the hole.
Her partner has a good look at birdie, and that's the beauty of this format. Mentioned Lexi playing alongside Brooke. Here's Brooke's second at 15.
You know your partner's in there tight. Still take dead aim. Very excited fans out there, Tom.
Yeah, they're starting to come alive. They're still early. Now, Kupcho out of the bunker at 8.
Yeah, just trying to maybe hole it out or at least get it up there close, but probably 6 feet for par left.
And we'll go over to number 9. We saw that approach from Thitikul. This is her 3rd shot, coming back down the green. It's pretty fast back down that green, Morgan.
The greens aren't crazy fast, but they definitely have some slope to them. A old school type of design. It's typical. You never want to be above the hole. Try to avoid it as best as you can, at least.
And back over to the 8th, and Ali Ewing for the birdie.
An atypically slow start for this U.S. team. All pars through the first 5 holes, and then they've birdied the last 2. So changing the momentum, starting to get a little something going. And even though this is a birdie putt, Morgan, it is tricky. Downhill, steep part of the green at the back part.
Yeah, an exceptionally slow start, Kay. For a while, they were the only group on the golf course without a birdie, and not really what you want in this format, but trying to turn the tide here.
Well, this would be for 3 birdies in a row.
Oh, just run it far enough by where she's going to have to think about the one coming back. Here's Brooks' birdie putt.
And watch how much break this is going to have right to left.
She knows her partner's in close and should make a birdie. Check in with Amelia Lewis for an eagle at the 12th. The tee is moved up today. It's only playing 248 yards. Oh, yes. Impressive from Amelia Lewis. So that gets the pair to 15 under par, playing with Paula Rito. And they had a slow start as well. They made 6 straight pars to begin the day. So a bit like we were talking about with Ewing and Kupcho trying to turn their fortunes around. This is IK for a birdie.
Great place to be putting from underneath the hole. This is for their 4th birdie today. They got off to a good start with 3 birdies in the first 5 holes, but have cooled off in the last 3 holes.
As we go over to the 9th, what do you think the strategy is in this format for these groups, Morgan?
Go for it. It's to usually keep 2 balls in play. That's how you think about it when you think of this best ball type format. 2 balls in play, 2 putts for birdie is kind of how you like to look at it, but it's an aggressive style of format, very different than what they played yesterday and in round 1. But as expected, the scores aren't quite as low as what we saw from this format on Friday. Just a bit tougher conditions, cooler, a little bit more wind.
The lead now 19 under par, K, with the birdie there from Roning Yin. So Kupcho and Ewing under pressure to not make any mistakes at the moment.
Well, exactly. And Morgan, yeah, you're exactly right. Friday was overcast, no wind. You could really control the ball. Today, cooler temps, breezier, and it just makes it that much harder to get in tight to the hole.
This is Caroline Inglis for a par at the 9th. Yeah, they've had a bit of a slow start today. So just 2 under for the front 9. Still with a chance, but 4 back. You've just, I mean, the problem is that it's just so unlikely that a team is going to come backwards. You just don't see bogeys in this format. Now Thompson for the birdie at 15. Yeah. So that gets them to 16 under. They're running out of time. They've just got 3 holes left. It's going to be tough for them to win this. They just don't have enough holes. They don't have enough holes to play.
I mean, even if they birdie out, you know, they would be tied with Roning and Ataya at the moment, and they've still got 9 holes left to play.
And deep into the 20s under par usually wins this event. So last year it was 23 under, which was the highest winning score in the event's history. 27 under is the record. This is Kupcho on the tee at 9.
Going with the fairway wood off the tee, playing back into a hurting wind, dogleg right.
I think that putt she made on the last hole was big for her confidence. She's admitted that she's been struggling with her putting this week. I know it was only for par, but those kinds of things can build momentum.
Grace Kim for a birdie. Is it the 10th? Oh, walking it in. I like that. Well, don't write off Grace Kim and Austin Kim.
It's hard to write many people off unless they run out of holes in this format, Tom, because you can go on a run. Birdie, 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 and catch up very quickly.
Back on the tee. That tee shots, players try to hug that right side, Kay, but it can block you out if you don't get it right.
Exactly. You can easily end up in the right trees, particularly with the wind hurting left to right.
Those out of bounds stakes that you can see down the left, that's actually for the 8th hole coming the other way. So players don't cut the corner by playing this fairway. So they don't have to worry about that when they're playing number 9.
And there's 2 ways of playing this, Tom and Morgan. Either, you know, go with the fairway wood and stay up top, or hit a driver and try to chase it down to the lower left part of this fairway. In Kyung, not as long a hitter as either Ewing or Kupcho.
Do you think they can get down to the lower part today?
If she hits kind of a low drive, she didn't look like she liked that one. Yeah, that's going to end up left, maybe in the rough.
Yeah, the left miss is still better than the right. Jennifer may be blocked out over there, or at least have a little bit of tree trouble.
This is the tee at the 16th. They moved this up again today. Lexi going with the driver. Always plays as one of the toughest holes.
As they even moved up, Tom, it's still a tough straightaway par 4.
Heiji Kang's tee shot.
Yeah, also going with fairway wood. It's really not a long hole, and that'll keep her on the level upper part of this fairway.
Well, plenty of action already today here at Midland Country Club. Let's take a look at some highlights. We start with Nicole Brock-Estrup. This at the 6th for a birdie. Long range here, Morgan.
Yeah, up and over a huge ridge, but this is a great way to get started on your front 9.
Yeah, that will get them to 15 under par, 2 back. She's playing alongside her fellow countrywoman Nana Kurtz-Madsen. This is Heiji Kang at the 5th.
I tried to get underneath that with the lob wedge of some sort. Did it ever work out nicely?
That will get the team to 17 under par, and at the time tied for the lead. Not for long though. It's at the 7th. Titicoon with the tee moved forward. And watch it. It wasn't far away from going in. That would mean a birdie and a 1-shot lead. Not far away from a hole-in-one. We did see an ace there on Friday from Grace Kim with the tee further back. Lexi on the tee at 12. We mentioned that it was moved up. No problem for Lexi.
250 yards, not needing even a driver there, Tom. Beautiful shot.
And that would lead to a birdie. They missed the eagle, but as we said, Thompson and Henderson running out of time. This is Ewing and Kupcho for a birdie at 6.
Finally able to break the seal. Started with 5 straight pars, birdied the 7th hole as well.
And how about Kupcho at the 7th? And that would get the pair to 17 under par. They are currently 2 back of the lead here. The final round of the Dow Championship, the only team event in this format that the LPGA sees all season. Later in the year, of course, we'll have the Solheim Cup with match play between Europe and the United States. Next year, it'll be the return of the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown match play team event. But this one is an event that players really come to enjoy. Just a wonderful atmosphere and a great time to be in this part of the world. Taking you through some more scores. Boutier and Sasso put together that amazing round earlier in the week. We talked about that 58. And back out to the 9th.
I got more just clock. Okay.
H. Kang from the first cut of rough. This is actually just a fine spot to be in. Ball is sitting nicely. Very level lie and a good angle to the front right hole location. She has 135 yards.
Looked like she was making some fade type practice swings there, Kay, to try and get the ball to stop a little quicker out of this rough. But she got underneath it too much.
Kupcho going to be next, Kay.
She is, and Morgan, she is just fine with that tee shot. Got it past the corner and the last of the trees. Ball just a little bit above her feet. Only 114 yards. Wind swirling, feeling like it's mostly hurting left to right.
A bit of a risk, Kay, taking it up the right, but it has paid off. She has a perfect angle. She lost this little right.
Left. She did. Lucky she caught it enough to get it on to the edge of the green.
You're putting back up the hill from that spot.
It's up there.
IK Kim. Not as straightforward a shot. A little bit of a downhill lie coming out of the primary rough. Went after that one hard. Yeah, and got pretty good contact in that shot.
Yeah, from where she
As
was
expected.
off the tee. Good shot, Kay.
Yeah. Yeah, a little hit and release there. And now Allie also with just a little bit of a downhill lie, but not too severe. Shoot, after all the uneven lies that she's played successfully at the U.S. Women's Open and KPMG Women's PGA, this is nothing.
Yeah, I bet the caddies are noticing that too, Kay.
Exactly.
And maybe you out walking too.
Yeah, this is a
Noticing.
much easier walk.
Yeah, didn't quite have enough on that ball. A little bit above her feet. Took some off of that, but left it below the hole.
So Taya Titigan at 10. Just driven it left in that rough. Straightaway hole this. 10 and 11 run next to each other, two different directions. They seem to be having a really good time, these two. Here's Ronnie Yin. They were together at a sponsor day at the end of last year and were chatting between each other, and they said, well, you know what, let's play together in the Dow Championship. It'd be kind of fun. Looks like they made a good decision, leading the way here on a Sunday in Michigan. Back at the 9th hole. Final round of the Dow Championship. And IK Kim is putting here.
IK Kim does have a birdie putt, but she's going to have to be fairly sensible with this putt as her partner, Heiji Kang, just chipped poorly well beyond the hole. So par is not in the bag at all. And I think it's going to be incumbent on In Kyung to be the counting score on this hole. Downhill with a pretty good amount of right to left break.
Yeah, it can be quick, this green.
Yeah, just what she needed to do. That was well done.
Check in with Lexi Thompson. Could be the last time that she plays the Dow Championship, but I have a feeling this would be the event, kind of event that she might come back and play in the future. If you remember, she's announced that this is her last full season on the LPGA Tour. Hasn't committed to any golf past 2024. Back over to the 9th. We saw that ball just off the front of the green. It's Ali Ewing for a birdie.
Couple paces shy of the front. Never thought about chipping it. Putter out the entire time. Just inside of 30 feet overall with left to right break, uphill. See if she can get the right amount of hit on this to get it there.
Go over to the 16th. Should be a little easier today with the switch in the wind. Obviously, tee moved up as well. That might have been near a divot there, because with the sand that came up. Do you see that?
Looked like I was sitting right on the edge of a divot. Not quite in it, but just enough that she had to think about it.
Roning in. So birdie at 10. Tracking. Now, Kupcho for a birdie at 9.
Morgan, it looked like one of those putts she didn't love the way she stroked, but it had enough good hit on it.
She was asking for it to go just enough. So one thing you don't want to leave a birdie putt short in this type of a format. Good roll. And gets them right back to one back of the lead for now.
Siddikun for a birdie at 10. She got it to the hole. Can't believe that it missed. Who was your favorite person to play four ball with in the Solheim Cup, Morgan?
Pick a favorite. I mean, four ball is a little bit of an easier format to pair together because you can. It's less strategic than playing alternate shot, where you really need to play the same ball, kind of similar styles. I had a lot of different four ball partners, and I can't pick a favorite, Tom.
Oh, I won't ask you your least favorite. That would be easier to ask your favorite, obviously. Any memories that stand out from those times in the four ball matches?
I mean, I played in the first iteration of this event with Paula Creamer, and we had a wonderful time. We certainly played Solheim Cup matches together as well. And we had a lot of fun in this format. I think that's what's neat. We play individual sport 99% of the time, and then 1 week a year you can kind of lean on a partner, learn from a partner, and have a little bit of a different lightness on the golf course than you typically have week in, week out.
Yeah, certainly a relaxed atmosphere, but still important for players as Doherty just misses that. Amanda Doherty, one of those players that could really change the course of her year with a fine week here. She's been playing on the Epsom Tour. Brock Estrup here. Oh, wow, had some pace on it. Back over to the 16th. We saw Alexi miss out. This is Brooke now for the birdie.
Still can give this a good run. This is a part of her game she's been working hard on this season. Made quite a few switches in terms of her grip back and forth between conventional left-hand low, a couple different putter changes. Trying to find some good mojo. That was really good effort.
This is the tee at the 10th. You can see straight away. And Ali, who's been driving the ball very well. Got a chance to watch her play yesterday, and I was just so impressed with the way that she's playing. I think as we look towards this very important stretch of golf over the next couple of months with 2 majors and the Olympics, Ali, of course, sadly missing out on that US Olympic spot by 1 place in the Rolex rankings. But I think when you look at the Mundi Evian Championship, which is coming up in 2 weeks' time, and the AIG Women's Open at St Andrews, Ali Ewing is a player to keep your eye on. Now, Kupcho.
Oh, and this is going to the left, flirting with the left overhanging trees. Looks like she's missed them, but we'll find the left rough.
I noticed they are wearing the colors of Ali's alma mater. How does that happen? Because Kupcho went to Wake Forest.
Duke. I think they were fairly limited on their options of matching shirts. In fact, yesterday they both wore green, but that was a loose interpretation of green, as they were very different shades of green.
Heiji Kang.
Yeah, beautiful tee shot down the right center.
You kind of got to go with what you got when you're on a long stretch, a long number of events. You try and match as best as you can with whatever you have in your suitcase.
I was talking to Shane Lowry at Pinehurst in one of the practice rounds. He had long sleeves on. I said, what's up with the long sleeves? He said, well, you know, I need to do laundry. But he said, I'm kind of liking the long sleeve look. It's covering my arms, which is good for the, you know, the sun beating down.
Oh, a little too much slice on that tee shot by In Kyung.
We know those long sleeves, the sun protection, Tom. Big LPGA fashion.
Yeah.
I've not played a round of golf in anything but long sleeves in 12 years.
It's important. Yeah, anybody that has had issues with skin cancer will know that. It's a very serious topic. This is at the 11th. Nanakots Madsen. Oh no. I feel like you've let your partner down when you miss one of those. These two have been friends for a long time, since their teenage years. They've always wanted to play in a format like this together. On the tee at the 11th, to par 5, Roning Yin. Pretty soft that out there. They did get some rain last week, and then a bit of rain earlier this week, and we had overnight some showers a couple of days ago, but it's pretty green and lush. Now Heiji Kang.
Yeah, 152 yards to the hole. Hitting a little cut shot, low controlled cut. Very nice.
Yeah. Oh dear, what's happening with OK here?
Well, she's going to try to pull off a big sweeping fade, high fade. Yeah, no fade to that shot, just a high shot left, but oh, she's left herself plenty of room for a pitch shot.
Where did it finish up, Kay? Did you see?
It's left of the bunker, left of the left green side bunker.
Okay. Now, Kupcho.
Kupcho, yeah, she's got a pretty decent lie from this left rough. Nothing obstructing her path to the hole. Just 142 yards, a little 9-iron.
It's heading towards the lemonade stand there if it goes through the green.
Yeah, Love that one, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Sounded like they talked about a 9-iron. 130 is the club. Doesn't feel like much wind right now, but it's got to be up there. Still blowing from the north, left to right.
You mentioned some of that rain, Tom. That shot of Jennifer's really took off like a rocket when it landed on this green. Allie won't have that problem.
Yeah, big difference there between coming out of the rough and the fairway. It's usually not that big of a difference, but that was huge.
Ataya's landed softly into
Yeah.
that green coming out of the rough. Surprised with a 9-iron for Jennifer.
May have just got a flyer or something there. At the 12th, the way the holes all fit together here is very clever. If you came here and there were no tee markers or numbers on the tee boxes, you would have no idea where the next hole was.
You just play your own routing.
Yeah,
you
you
play
could
play however you want.
Have we played this hole yet? No, let's play this one.
It's great for spectating.
Yeah, it's very good actually, and it creates a nice atmosphere out there, and they've done a good job with that over the years. 5th year that it's been played. First played in 2019. They didn't play it during the COVID year, 2020, but it came back in 21. And Dow has a long-term commitment with the LPGA Tour. It's been a great success, and they've been a very good partner. So only 248 yards, which, as you've been saying, Morgan, is not long enough for a driver. That was some serious body Danish there.
I mean, it's the easiest hole in the golf course. Only playing at 3.4, so even closer to a par 3 than it is a par 4. Granted, you have two opportunities in a group to make that score, but those tees up are definitely ripe for the taking.
Lagarbi Abe here. This is a wonderful story. Sponsor invite into the championship, playing with Georgia Abo, and they are going along very well indeed, looking to try and make a very nice check here. IK Kim, nice touch.
Even though that shot, Tom, of IK Kim's was further away, I think it almost seemed like an easier shot than this one of Kupcho. Grass is kind of growing all different ways around the ball. She does have a little bit of an uphill lie, which will help. Let's see how, if she can just get this coming out nice and controlled. Yeah, good rhythm to that swing.
She did almost chip one in yesterday, hit the flag. That was at number 9. Now, Nicole Brock-Estrup on the tee. Is that a grip down driver?
She gave it a rip, that's for sure, Tom. It's a lot of club for her. Oh, what a place to land it.
Yeah.
Right into that upslope.
Well, that will be a putt to get to 18 under. So it looks as though that could be a very important stretch of the golf course. 11, 12, and then the par 3, 13th as we watch these final few groups go through. Heiji Kang for a birdie at 10.
Important for Heiji to step up now. This is the first green she's hit in the last 5 holes. And with her partner in trouble, or at least with a lengthy par putt, they've kind of lost their flow a little bit.
Yeah, they haven't made a birdie since number 5. They've got a par 5 coming up here after number 10, so IK Kim will pick it up, of course. IK could, if she desired, putt out for practice. She could only finish the hole. You can't practice, but you can finish the hole on your own ball. The players don't really do that. They don't need to at this point in the championship, but they do have that option.
And this format is already a little on the slower side, and they've kind of had to effort to keep up with the group ahead. So they're going to keep this as quick as they can, and Ewing hoping she can make a quick birdie here.
Should be no problem at all. During the US Open and the US Women's Open, players could practice after they'd finished a hole on the green if it wasn't going to hold up play, which I'm not sure many players knew that. This is Georgia Ubbo here for a birdie. And we'll go over to the 11th. Ellie Ewing has tapped in. This is Tudekun.
They got a discount, but they didn't get it.
You see, yeah, that one's going to run on as well.
Yeah, I like
At the 17th, Brooke Henderson second.
Whole location today, right in the center of this green. These last couple holes are set up for some excitement, Tom. This hole, great birdie opportunity, and then whole location, a little close to the penalty area there on 18.
This is Lakabe Abe. We saw Georgia Bobu, who won the John Shippen Invitational and actually played in the Maya LPGA Classic a few weeks ago. Lakabe Abe is playing her golf on the Epson Tour this year, but really good performance from those two players who don't have a lot of experience playing on the LPGA Tour, and to post the scores they have has been really good. And at the moment they're just outside of that top 10, but a top 10 finish for the sponsor invites would be fantastic. Kupcho on the tee at the 11th.
Good old-fashioned three-shot par 5. And it just takes a couple of disciplined shots, Morgan, to find the fairway off the tee and then be sensible with your layup. It's really an easy par 5, but it's not if you miss one shot.
Yeah, there's quite a few holes like this, Kay, on this golf course that are pretty straight. And for a player like Allie, who hits a very slight fade, she'd like to look up this shot. But a lot of players see their ball in curves, their shots in curves. It can be a little disconcerting having such a dead straight hole. Nestled
That's actually
down a little bit there.
Two pretty dead straight holes back to back here. The 10th, a par 4, and this 11th, a par 5.
Okay.
I mean, at 556, that's a pretty stout par 5.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talked about it a few times this week, Kay. Moving the tee up here would be a good idea, I think.
What, you just want to make every hole? You want to make every hole a really easy birdie hole, Tom?
Yes, in this format, yeah, why not? Yeah, they've got a drivable par 4 on the next hole, but yeah, add some excitement in. They don't have to do it every day, but there is a tee that's way up there. It'll be probably 450.
That would be my choice of tees.
Yeah, but it is really a 3-shot hole for pretty much everybody in the field. You just don't see players going for this green in 2. Lexi Thompson and Brooke Henderson coming towards the end of their championship. This is at the 17th, 71st hole. Lexi over there right of the green. Lexi has her eyes on the Solheim Cup. She's not going to play the Mendievian Championship, unfortunately. That's not been on her schedule for the last several years. But she's got some events to go before the cut-off for the Solheim Cup. Trying to get on the radar of the captains. Now Amanda Doherty. Oh, she's not happy. So a lot of players having a good time out there. They all want to win, obviously, and they want to make as much money as possible. For someone like Amanda Doherty, this is a really important stretch here because she's trying to earn as many CME points as she possibly can. She's not ranked right now on the LPGA Tour. Austin Kim at the 12th. How about that? And we'll go up to the green at number 11. And Roning in, looking at her birdie putt.
Actually, putting back a little bit up the hill here, Tom. Good place to putt from. Not a lot of break around this whole location.
She's a really good ball striker running in. I got the chance to play with her late last year and just really impressed with the quality of the way that she strikes the golf ball. That was a bit unfortunate there. So not able to build on this lead. Talked about this being a key stretch. To get to 17 under par for Henderson.
So they're kind of opening up the door for some of the rest of this field to catch up.
Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, if you can go through 11 through 13, 3 under par. It's really going to change the way that the championship plays out, especially this pair. And this is an eagle putt.
Yeah, this is a big putt. Talk about a future.
Oh no, she's left it in the jaws. You can't do it.
Cole's playing for, pretty much playing for her tour card here today, Tom.
Yeah, I mentioned Amanda Doherty. How about, yeah, good point. CME points are official money. So it's an important week for a number of these players. That'll be a birdie for the Danish pair. Taya Titigan on the tee at the 12th, and this is driver, so she's probably going to take something off it, would you think?
It looks like she took quite a bit too much off of it. And
probably in between, right?
She didn't have the acceleration through that she needed there. Left the club face open.
That surprises me that she's going with driver too.
Also a lot of club here. Lands it just like Nicole did in that very soft spot, Tom.
Yeah.
Wow, what a shot.
I mean, if that pitch is on the green, it's got to go through the back.
Landed just in enough of that fringe.
Great crowd there behind the tee at the 18th. They don't know if they'll get to see Lexi play here again. I think many of them hope that she would come back. This would be the kind of event that you would potentially want to play even if you had stepped away from full-time golf. Maybe not want to play foursomes, but four ball Got somebody to help you out.
It's funny because I've actually had quite a few people ask me to play in this event with
Have
them.
you? And you've turned them all down.
Play alternate shot?
How close were you?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. I wanted to sit here with you, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, the alternate shot would be the one where you'd have to practice. Stay there. Yep. You can come out and play 4-ball here, no problem, right? You still play some golf, don't you?
I could make a couple birdies.
Yeah. Now, third shot at the par 5, Ewing.
Can't see the surface of the green. Wind slightly hurting right to left mostly.
Well, she's left herself a good birdie chance. Now, Heiji Kang just in the fairway.
In this format, feels like an eternity since they've had a birdie. Last one came at the 5th. A couple paces ahead of where Allie Ewing hit. A little too much of a pull there. Heiji has not been striking the ball very well today.
Brooke Henderson on the tee at the 18th. Already one on the green. Let's see how aggressive Brooke is. Yeah. 2 birdie chances to come to finish off. Now IK Kim.
Hitting it with a little extra something. After watching, I think, the previous 2 shots, knowing that wind was hurting a little bit more than just right to left.
Yeah, good look there at the flag. Now Kupcho.
"90 yards on the nose to the hole." Just got to hit this in tight. Launched that one pretty high.
You're going to come back? Yeah, good shot. It's going to be a difficult par 3, Morgan, the 13th.
Location today, only 3 paces off the left edge of the green, all the way in the back.
Oh, nice hop there.
I feel like players really struggled yesterday gauging the wind in this area. Both of these par 3s might be a little bit easier with a different wind today.
Here is that 18th. It's really close to the 13th green. These holes are right next to each other, same penalty area in play. And a good tee shot there. Go back over to the 11th.
Yeah, everyone doing their gardening, fixing their divot marks. All 4 players on this green, 4 birdie attempts. Heiji Kang will be first. This group is currently being timed.
Oh, okay.
They have been perpetually a good hole behind for probably the last hour. And just reminding them to pick up the pace and close the gap.
That could add a little bit of intrigue.
Generally speaking, through all my years of watching golf,
Yeah.
I've seen players usually play better when they speed up.
Ah.
At least that's my theory, and I'm going with it.
Yeah, we'll see if it happens here.
This putt is a little right to lefter.
first person putting, making birdie would help.
That would speed things up.
Yeah, just partner,
really
pick it
would.
up. Let's go.
Yeah.
That is fun golf, is fast golf, and it's good golf, right?
Yeah. I do enjoy playing quickly, getting around the golf course, not having to be out there for a long time. Well, it's going to be an interesting conclusion here at the Dow Championship. We've got an eagle putt upcoming for the leaders on the 11th. That could make a big difference, and that short par 4 today could be a pivotal hole in the outcome of this year's Dow Championship. Still, a handful of teams that have a chance to win this. Arbor and Abbey, the sponsor invites, just outside the top 15 right now, with a chance for them to earn a really good check and some CME points. It'd be a great story to see them get into the top 10 potentially with a really good finish. Anna Ewing missed her birdie putt there at the par 5. So that will make it a little more difficult for the American pair. But they still have a great chance of winning this Dow Championship on a Sunday in Midland, Michigan. Our coverage will continue on CBS at 1 p.m. Eastern. And from everyone here, we will see you on CBS.
Welcome to Central Michigan, in the heart of the Great Lakes region, where an LPGA Summer Special enters its final stretch. The Dow Championship is a team event producing its own fireworks ahead of the 4th of July. The format featuring a mix of foursomes and four balls. The final round is four ball, as you might call it, best ball. We've seen a lot of action already today, including Ataya Titikun off the tee at 7. She is partnering with Roning Yin this week. They began the day one back of the lead, but this shot would set them up for the 4th birdie in their first 7 holes to take a one-shot lead. Morgan Pressel alongside. That's a thing of beauty.
Taking dead aim, got off to a really hot start. Birdies on 2, 3, and 4. Add that on 7. That's what you want in this format.
Also trying to come from behind the pack is Lexi Thompson with her partner Brooke Henderson. Two very popular players. Lexi off the tee at the drivable par 4, 12th. And she gets there, and her team would get the 2-putt for the birdie to get to 15 under, just barely off the green, but I'm going to give it to her. Later, Lexi's second at 15 is also enough to propel them to another birdie. They are hot today, moving them to 16 under, 2 off the pace, still held by Yin and Titikun. At the 9th hole, here is Roning Yin. She had this approach to the par 4, setting up another birdie opportunity that would carry her team to 19 under, Morgan.
Yeah, they are playing some really solid golf so far today. Exactly what you want. Both partners contributing.
It's a 2-shot lead at that point. Overnight leaders, Jennifer Kupcho and Allie Ewing, the Americans. A flat start to the day, but it would jump start at number 7 with birdie, followed by another one here at the 9th. They get to 18 under, just 1 off the pace at this point. Roning Yin has her foot on the gas pedal, Morgan. This at the short par 4, 12.
Her partner missed the green short and well right here, but taking something off of this driver, lands softly, 2-putt that for an easy birdie.
A disappointing 2-putt, no less, but still a 2-shot lead. This is how things currently stand. It's a tight race. Low numbers are out there. A win here at the Dow, it is worth noting, counts as an official tour win for both members of the victorious team. A lot at stake today. We are live at the 15th, and Ataya Titikun is ready to play.
And this is a tough par 3, 190 yards. Hole location all the way in the back left today. It is downwind. Conditions have changed on this golf course. What a shot.
It's all 4s and 3s coming in. The last par 5 was number 11, so you're going to have to produce some shots like that if you want to make that birdie and make some ground. Hi, it's great to be with you. I'm Kelly Tillman alongside a major champion in Morgan Pressel. She is also a U.S. Solheim Cup assistant captain. loves this team format. She does. Tom Abbott will be along with us calling holes today, and Kay Cockrell, a two-time U.S. Amateur champion, is out in the fairways walking with this final group. And now Roning Yin, let's see if she can keep up this incredible ball striking.
Well, now it's go for broke. Your partner is in there tight. I mentioned the conditions changed. It's gotten a good bit cooler out here today. Had a little bit of a front that went through overnight. Definitely changed the conditions. Different wind direction today, making it a touch harder to score in this type of a format than what we saw on Friday.
Exciting layout here at Midland Country Club. Kay Cockrell is with this group, and we have Kupcho on the tee here at the 12th, and they have all the power they need to get here.
Yeah, even going with the 3-wood, hoping to get to the front of the green. Coming off a disappointing par at the par 5 11th.
Well, that is expertly done and just off the green, but still a chance for eagle. Now it's Allie Ewing's turn.
Yeah, Allie is going with driver. Doesn't need all of this. This is going a little bit left.
There's a bunker over there, and she finds it.
And let's head up to the 18th, where Lexi Thompson has this for birdie. This team threw everything at him today, but is likely going to run out of holes here at the last.
Yeah, they a little bit too far behind to start the day to catch up, but really solid performance from this team this week.
If only they could go another 9 holes. That's probably what they're saying right now. So great to have you with us. CBS Sports and the LPGA Tour bring you the final round of the Dow Championship, part of the season-long race to the CME Globe. This little slice of Great Lakes heaven is just 35 miles from Saginaw Bay, 130 miles north of Detroit. Midland, Michigan is home to Dow's corporate headquarters, and Midland Country Club is the exclusive home of this very young and exciting championship. It's just 5 years old. And we are being treated to a cool summer day with temperatures in the high 60s at the moment, maybe peaking around 70 degrees. It's a bit of a breeze as well, following a hot one yesterday that rounded out in the mid-80s. Let's get back to the 18th and see if Brooke Henderson can get this birdie for the team. And that one never on track. But still, a good round of golf today by Lexi and Brooke, who drew the attention of the crowds all week long.
I had big crowds following them around, especially today on Sunday, wanting to watch this dynamic duo.
Let's go to the 16th, the par 4, and check in with a former world #1 in Jin Young Ko, partnering with Nasa Hataoka. And another very respectable performance here this week for a woman who was part of a team that shot 58 in this tournament in 2019 in its inaugural year. She partnered with Minji Lee that year, and guess who else was playing in the tournament that week? Morgan Pressel along with Paula Kramer. You guys held the 36-hole lead, a piece of it at least. You had a nice run. What is so refreshing about this event for the players in the midst of a major championship season as they are ready to jump to a new continent?
It's a lot of fun. It's a wonderful format. We play an individual sport week in, week out. It can be exhausting. It can be lonely. And here you have the opportunity to partner up with a friend, with another colleague of some sorts, and you can kind of learn from them. I think that's what's most fun for me when I've played Solheim Cup, when I've played in this event. You are creating strategy together, and you can kind of learn how another player plays, and you feed off of each other that way. I think we've seen Jennifer Kupcho play so well in this event, a past champion. You know, having a partner like Allie Ewing, especially this week, really sometimes pulling her out. She tends to get a little bit down and negative on herself. Now you have a partner to kind of help lift you up. We see that, I mean, Ataya and Roning are playing some incredible golf out there. No surprise, two of the very best players in the world, but it's just a fun format. You get the energy from the fans, the energy from the town here in Midland, and Dow just does a wonderful job.
I mentioned foursomes was the other format. They play that in the first and third round. That is alternate shot. We've come familiar with that over the years. That's a totally different chemistry and strategy involved. What is the key to success in 4-ball today to get it done?
Well, it's an easier format, so to speak, but you have to go low. You have to hit solid shots. You have to make birdie putts. You really want to have two balls in play as a team. You want to play aggressive golf, but certainly make sure that one of you has a par. And let the other one go ahead and give it a good opportunity for birdie.
All right, we're looking forward to a very exciting finish. We've introduced you to the team, and you've seen the starring players. Let's see who rises to the top here at Midland Country Club. Let's get back out to the 12th on a beautiful summer day, and what a reprieve from a very warm day yesterday. Jennifer Kupcho sizing up an eagle chance here. Kay, what's ahead for this team?
Well, Allie Ewing hit a pretty decent shot out of that left greenside bunker, and she'll have roughly 6 feet for birdie. But key here is this opportunity that Jennifer Kupcho has to make eagle. And we talked about her being a little bit down on her own putting capabilities, but immediately Morgan, her partner, Allie Ewing, said, "You're a good putter." And yesterday, Kupcho made a big birdie putt at the 18th that I think reinstilled some confidence.
I think that was a great interview yesterday, Kay, and an example of this pairing and this partnership and why it has worked so well together this week. You know, Jennifer not solely able to focus and dwell on the negative, having Allie there to really help lift her up, and vice versa at times. We all get into that little bit of a rut where we get to be really hard on ourselves. Roning and Ataya talked about that yesterday as well. Ataya helping her out of a little bit of a rut.
We will head to the 13th and say hello to Tom.
Thank you, Kelly. This is Roning Yin. They call her Ronnie. Major champion last year. Actually did briefly reach the top of the Rolex rankings.
All right, and this group also has an eagle chance as they continue to put on a pressure campaign trying to track down these leaders. IK Kim and Heiji Kang. What is this putt looking like? Okay.
Well, this is a marvelous opportunity for eagle. The green is obscured from the tee, and even IK was delighted to see her ball in this position. This is a big-time makeable putt. They're coming off at birdie at 11. This would vault them to 20 under. Not a whole lot in this putt. Just putting back uphill can be plenty aggressive.
Just didn't get it high enough on that line. The pace looked pretty good as it rolled just about a foot past the hole, but not high enough. Back to 13.
This is Amanda Doherty for a birdie on the par 3. We talked about the stars being at the top of the leaderboard and the fun atmosphere, but there are some players out here who really need a good finish to try and earn race to the CME Globe Points, which is the season-long race on the LPGA Tour, and Amanda Doherty is one of those players. She has been playing on the secondary Epson Tour this year, so a great finish this week would make a massive difference.
Birdie putt for Heiji Kang.
Yeah, she hit it in the left bunker. This would be for Sandy birdie, and I think that's big for her confidence. She's been struggling a little bit the last 4 or 5 holes, and that may give her a boost.
Yeah, even with her partner in there tight for an easy tap-in birdie, elected to give it a run, and it is that confidence-building type of a putt.
Tidikun for a birdie, extend the lead. Yeah, so they get to 21 under par. It's going to make the task that little bit more difficult for those players chasing. They've come up with a little celebration there that you may have seen. Ah, the caddy's in on it as well.
And here we are at the 12th, and Ewing with a chance for birdie.
Yeah, she's going to putt first, see if she can get this in the hole. Yep.
Never a doubt. The average winning score here, Kay, running right around 25 under par. We've seen as low as 27 under. And as few as 23 under, but pretty much the slot you want to be in, and that seems to be where we're pacing at this point. Over to 15.
This is Georgia Hall English pair along with Charlie Hull. They're good friends. They've been friends since junior golf. I actually expected them to challenge a bit more. How about that approach?
A lot of fun things going on at the Dow Championship over the years. Here's the tournament summary for this week. Celine Boutier and Yuka Saso actually put up a record-tying 58 in round 2 after opening in 74. Back in 19, Jen Young Ko and Minjee Lee, as I mentioned before, also put up a 58 in the final round. They did not go on to win that one. That is worth noting. John Shippen Women's Invitational winner Georgia Abo is partnering with Lakarabi Abe, who also finished second at the John Shippen Women's Invitational. They are here playing together as teammates on that sponsor's invitation. This was a tight one to start the day. In fact, 35 teams made the cut, and they were all within 5 of the lead at that point, the halfway point. So it's been up in the air the entire time. 14th, and Tidikun hitting her driver. And well done. Right of center and tracking beautifully.
Yeah, I mentioned that yesterday. Ataya helped to pull Roning out of a little bit of a hole after the 4th hole. Roning was very upset. She said, I made some stupid mistakes. And Ataya said, are you serious? Let it go. Don't be sad. Don't be guilty. Don't be upset about it. And that's where this format is so different. You have that partner who knows what it's like to be in your position and really help lift you up. She said, at first I was trying to be nice, trying to be, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So finally was like, if you don't snap out of it, I'm going to.
Yeah, she said the nice talk wasn't working. It wasn't really getting through. So she just decided to get a little bit mean about it, and it worked.
You never know. And we all react differently to different types of encouragement. Sometimes you need a little tough love, and sometimes you need
I need tough
pat
love.
on the back.
I need tough love. I think you and I would partner well together.
That's Ike Kim's tee shot at the par 3, 13th.
That was a pretty aggressive line with a 5-iron.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few players kind of miss it left, and some have been fortunate with a kick back towards the green. It's always difficult, Kay, on this hole, seemingly, to figure out where the wind is blowing, because that tee, as we can see from this shot, is very sheltered by those trees, and it swirls around in front of the clubhouse here.
Well, it's right now, it's pretty predominantly helping, and it's downhill. That's why they're hitting a 5-iron. It's 190 yards, but they're playing more for 170, 75.
Sounded a little
Not
chunky.
struck particularly well by Hagee, but gets just on the green.
Time to take a look at our KPMG Performance Insights, and let's note the 54-hole positions of the last 3 winning teams. Cheyenne Knight and Elizabeth Zokel, Elizabethan Knights, I believe that team was called. They got the job done after leading by 3. Kupcho and Salas just cruising in 2022. Yes, Jennifer Kupcho has won here before. They led by 4 going into that final round. Only Americans or Thai golfers have won this championship. Arya and Moria Jitanyagaran, the Thai sisters, doing it in epic fashion, putting up 2 59s in a single week in their victory. Now, Kupcho at 13, Tom?
Yeah, and we've got 2 Americans and 1 Thai there at the top playing with Ronan Yin. So could be the trend continuing here. That one was a firm bounce going through the green, Kay.
That really surprised me. She had a 6-iron in hand, and I thought she could go ahead and hit it full without any worry of it going beyond. It'd be interesting to see how Allie Ewing adjusts a little.
Well, and that's the thing with this format, Kay. You have spent the week together. You kind of have a feel for how far the other carries the ball, how they land the ball on the greens, and you can really club off of each other at this point.
Allie is going with the same club, a 6-iron. Feels like the wind has subsided just a little bit, but it's still there helping.
That's the difficulty, isn't it? You're just trying to gauge how much that wind is going to help it. Needs a good one here with her partner missing the green.
Left it out right and not struck solidly.
Okay, so they're going to have to, well, they might chip it in for a birdie, but this is not a time where you can afford to be taking a foot off the pedal. 2-shot lead for Yin and Tudekun in Michigan.
The Dow Championship on CBS Sports is sponsored by Dow, official sustainability resource of the LPGA and LAT. We're back at the Dow Championship on a beautiful Sunday featuring 4-ball format, otherwise known as best ball. And Caroline Inglis is getting set for her second shot into this beautiful hole fronted by a creek. She and her partner Amanda Doherty currently 5 off the pace and cannot afford any missteps from here, Morgan.
Caroline playing some wonderful golf, coming off a top 10 at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship last week.
We'll get back to that, but first to the 13th.
This is Ali Ewing.
She has all the green to work with. This hole's back left. Sort of a little modified chip and run, and that's got way too much speed. Not really the chip you want to have your partner watch.
Back at the 14th, Inglis set to play now, coming off a stellar top 10 finish at Sahalee at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship last week. A lot of shots like that we saw coming into this week, and another one right here. Back to 13.
Looking from above. It's Cupcho next, isn't it, Kay?
It is. Actually, this isn't that difficult of a chip. She's going to open up the club face a little to get more loft and try to have it land a little softer. The green is sloping away.
Whoa.
Took that back just a little bit too far inside. Left the face open through the shot.
This is not the time where the American pair can drop a shot. They need to make one of those putts.
Back at 14, this is the second for Yin.
Take dead aim. Roning's not 100% healthy at the moment, struggling with a little bit of a wrist injury.
This is Heiji Kang, who's going to be next to go for a birdie. Where is Heiji?
Yeah, at the very front
She
of
is.
this green. So she's about a pace on, 23 paces to the hole. So lengthy putt. And her job right now is to just, you know, maybe give it a somewhat of a chance, but get it up there to easy par range to open up the opportunity for IK Kim, her partner, to be aggressive for the birdie putt.
So I mentioned this is official money, CME points. It's an official victory. Heiji Kang has never won on the LPGA Tour. She's been out here 16 years. This is huge over the next few holes, Kay.
It is, and I think she's definitely feeling the nerves today.
Yeah, you would expect that. I mean, Morgan, you go your whole career. I mean, Kelly, you know as well, you're trying to win. I mean, you got that opportunity. It's such a big stage.
And then you have these two, a pair of 21-year-olds partnering together. One is 12th in the world. The other one's 4th in the world. They're young, but they've been around, it seems like, forever when it matters most in the heat of the tournament. Misstep here.
IK Kim, on the other hand, is a very experienced player with a major championship victory to her credit. Doesn't play as much anymore. She kind of likes to, she's got other things going on in her life and just comes back and plays when it suits her.
In this day's world of what have you done for us lately, it's easy to forget about In-Kyung Kim and her resume. I mean, she's got 7 wins, including a major championship. And she was in the mix and just a strong competitor for a number of years. Left to right breaking putt. And she's definitely been carrying this team for the most part today.
Yeah, a lot of experience of being in the hunt on a Sunday. 18th year out here, and this is only her 5th start of the season. So she's way down, 142nd in the race to the CME Globe. So earning some points here certainly would help. She also has 4 wins on the Ladies European Tour. Her major championship counts among those 4 because she won the AIG Women's Open over in Scotland at Kingsbarns.
And now a 2-time LPGA Tour winner, Ataya Titikun, 14th.
I think this would be one that she would look to hole here, especially in this format. You're going to be a bit aggressive with this. Expect her to give this, for this to take a peek. Kind of a little bit under it with her right shoulder.
The reaction says it all. I think she was thinking exactly what you were saying, Morgan.
Neither team are in for par yet here. Okay. Pick up the mark there of their partner. Only 1 score needed between the two. Now, Ewing for par.
This is when things start to feel a little tense and maybe not so fun, when you both have significant par putts that you must make.
Good putt. She's looked very solid over the last several months. I think Ali Ewing is playing some of the best golf of her career right now.
The Titleist golf ball reacts the same every single time, so I can trust that when I put the spin on it and hit the correct contact with my club, that it's going to spin like that. So I have a 120-yard shot here. I know that with this ball that no matter how hard I hit it with the pitching wedge, like, it's not going to spin off. I really like how it just one hop and stops, basically, instead of spinning back. One thing that's really good for me is that I've noticed, if say I chunk it a little bit, hit it a little heavy, or I hit it perfectly, regardless of how my contact is, it's still going to react the same. It's just going to either fly less or fly further, but my ball is still going to react and hit and stop, no matter pretty much how I hit it. And that's what I really like about it.
That was Jennifer Kupcho, our Titleist player profile. It is all about the finest of details with these expert golfers competing at the highest level. It's also about having trust with your partner that you've chosen to play with this week, and it's been pretty good chemistry between Kupcho and Ewing. As we get back out to the action on course.
Yep.
Kay Cockrell with this group.
Yeah, Hagee's going to have to try to negotiate that bunker that's in the middle of the fairway. Just stay short of it.
Up at the green, a birdie chance for Ronan Yin to move it to 22 under.
Oh, that's when you really start kicking yourself, when you leave it short in this format, in the heart.
We've had a couple of good looks. One for eagle just a couple of holes ago, and now that, and all but in so close to the hole. Still all smiles as they keep the good vibes going. Now IK Kim on the TK.
I first watched her play as a young teen in 2005 when she won a U.S. Girls Junior, beating now Hall of Fame player Inbee Park.
So she finds the fairway at the 14th, and we will head to the 16th and see if this team can pick up a birdie. That is Shanati Wanasayan partnering with Jaravi Boonchant this week, and a lot of circles on that card, Morgan.
That's what you want to see in this format. You want to have a lot of birdies.
Jennifer Kupcho, a smooth swing that generates a lot of power.
Yeah, and this is where Ali Ewing and Jennifer Kupcho have an advantage with their length. With this hole playing downwind, they can easily fly that bunker and have a really short yardage in.
You would have thought maybe coming in, Morgan, this would be the team to watch just because of Allie Ewing's recent performances. A fourth just a couple of weeks ago in Michigan, and then a top 10 at Sahalee. And Jennifer Kupcho is practically a Michigander with her performances over the years, winning the Dow, winning in Grand Rapids, and contending again.
Yeah, that wasn't beautifully struck, but she will skirt that bunker and be in good position.
So Ewing and Kupcho set up for business here at the 14th as our coverage continues on a gorgeous day in central Michigan.
Back at the Dow Championship, the final round. And this is Ataya Turukun on the tee at the 15th. Players don't usually hit driver here, just lay it back. This one leaking a little right. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah. It's her partner running in. Careful. Oh, that was fortunate that it got away from that tree. But still, both players out of position there. The leaders not in great shape. Let's go to 14.
And we'll check out the approach shots here for this final group.
In Kim hit fairway wood off the tee. Yeah, smartly, Kelly staying well short of that bunker, but having a lot more yardage in.
Now she's going to rely a little more heavily on her partner's performance here at 14. And Kay, you pointed out, Heiji King clearly feeling the nerves in this final round with so much on this on the line for her.
She has, I could just tell by the way she is fidgeting a lot. She's been really grinding on her golf swing, trying to click into something. She's missed quite a few greens today. Her caddy encouraging her. See, she does a lot of these routines, and it hasn't really paid off much today. She's not hit it in tight very often, and she's missed more greens than she's hit. That from 132 yards. Oh, going to the left, and oh, another miss.
Right where she's set up with her feet, so her alignment that's a little bit off, and it's a good example of how sometimes the most basic thing, like your alignment, can throw everything off kilter.
And when you don't trust the shot, sometimes you can tweak your alignment to try to compensate, and that is also indicative of having some negative swing thoughts. Not quite sure what exactly is running through her mind, but certainly she's feeling the pressure as we get to Allie Ewing's shot, Kay.
Well, Allie has so much positivity going on right now by virtue of her great play the last 3 weeks, really rising to pressure situations. I think for her, she's just in such a good place mentally and physically. And now with just a gap wedge, try to hit this in. Be interesting if she tries to throw it past with a little zip back or a soft shot and land it and keep it below the hole.
Let's see, Allie set up much more squarely here with her feet almost right at the flagstick.
And she gets a wonderful kick. That one continues to feed closer to the hole. And a good look for Allie Ewing coming up at 14.
This is Nana Kurtz Madsen on the 15th green to get to 19 under par. This would be back-to-back birdies. Yes, that's very good. So they're trying to set a target in the clubhouse. They're going to have to, I think they're going to have to birdie every hole in. They're having a great time out there, old friends.
Sneaking a little low 5 in after that third birdie in a 4-hole stretch. And now Kupcho Kay at 14.
A little sand wedge from 90 yards. Counting on some pullback once it hits.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to spend a couple of moments with the chairman and CEO of Dow, and that is Jim Fitterling. It's so great to see you again, my friend.
Great to see you again, and thank you for being back with us.
Oh, always a pleasure, especially to come to Michigan on a beautiful summer day like this. But Dow's partnership with the LPGA is just one facet of Dow's overall sports marketing initiatives. What would you say Dow believes most in with the power of sports?
Well, this tournament gives us a really great platform to showcase Dow to the world, but also the power of teamwork and the power of collaboration. We have a great set of values that align well with the LPGA. Teamwork is a big part of what we do, and collaboration to innovate for our customers. We've had over 200 customers and suppliers here with us this week, and focused on everything from innovative new products to best practices on sustainability, how we create an inclusive environment at work, and how that translates into really being much closer to our customers and delivering value for them.
Well, I want to congratulate you on a 5-year anniversary here at the Dow Championship. This tournament just produces year in and year out great theater. How has Dow utilized this event to give back to the Great Lakes Bay region?
You've seen the crowds that we have out here, and we have some fantastic sponsors. They help us to be able to give back more than $2 million. We'll cross the 2 million mark this year to charities. There are 36 charities teamed up with the teams this week. It's generated over $50 million in economic impact for the region, and I think those numbers are going to be big this year as well. We try to, utilize a lot of local content when we put the program together, and then we want to make it a very big community event. We couldn't do what we do without the support of all of our partners, from the educational institutions to our suppliers, our contractors that work with us, everybody that is part of Dow and part of our 127-year history. So it's a great week for us. It gets our name out there, it attracts people in, and we're just proud to be partnered with the LPGA. It's a great partnership, and looking forward to the next 5 years.
That's great. Nearly 130 years of Dow history and only 5 years of Dow Championship history. But we love what we've seen so far, and we look forward to many more. Thank you, Jim, so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time as always, and I know you're just as interested in the outcome of this event as we are. So we'll keep watching with you and everyone else tuned in today. Getting a look at Midland Country Club, par 70. That is no stranger to numbers in the 50s in this format, this 4-ball format. Back to the 15th.
This is Roning in second. Struggling with a wrist injury. Maybe some roots down there, but came out okay. Just to the back of the green. I think she was concerned that came out a little hot. But still a putt for birdie.
This is what it looks like for the third shot for Heiji Kang at the 14th. Kay, how's this lie, and what's she thinking about doing here?
There's nothing easy about this shot. Ball below her feet, not much green to work with. Terrain is sloping wildly left to right. Her partner has hit it up about 4 feet for par. And that was about as good as she could do if it didn't go in.
Beautiful touch. And great vision as well to be able to see what that shot was going to do, then execute.
Over at the 15th, yeah, this is Tiddicun, second shot. Roning's found the green, so they have one on there. Oh, wow, I think the wind is fooling them there.
Up the 16th, this is our first look at Charlie Hull partnering with fellow Brit Georgia Hall. Exciting tandem. Great pickup there. 18 under with 5 birdies in their last 6 holes. Really on a tear since number 9. And back on the green at 14. Kay watching this putt by Allie Ewing.
2 birdie opportunities by this U.S. team. First by Allie Ewing, downhill.
2 in a row. Clutch putt by Allie Ewing. Putter coming alive down the stretch. That's just what you want.
Long birdie putts for the leaders here at the 15th. This is Taya Titikan from behind the green.
I have to think, Tom, that putt by Allie Ewing was a big one here with this group in a little bit of trouble here, thinking they're not going to pick up another shot here on 15.
Yeah, I mean, now they've got to make sure they secure the 4, which I think they will. Let's go to the 14th.
And just a moment ago, Heiji Kang to finish off that gorgeous pitch shot. That was a lot of pressure for her to make that putt, and she did it. So all smiles headed to the next tee. Summer hoop season is in full swing, and this week CBS Sports features 2 great WNBA games. Starting Tuesday on CBS Sports Network with Angel Reese's Sky taking on the Dream. Then Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus, Breanna Stewart's Liberty face Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Let's get back to 15.
Big stretch here. Chance to win this. And Allie Ewing on the tee. 1 back.
Yeah, and there's a leaderboard coming up on the right side of this fairway. So if they choose to, they can see where they stand. Allie's partner, Jennifer Kupcho, is in the fairway on the right side. And this also a good tee shot, just going with fairway wood for placement. Not a long par 4.
Kupcho, of course. Yeah, Kupcho already a winner of the Dow Championship. She won with Lizette Salas in 2022. It just missed the divot there, didn't it? Yeah, just short of it. Now IK.
This team is not out of it, of IK Kim and Heiji Kang. It was a huge par they made to just not drop a shot, but they have to do something phenomenal down these last couple holes. They just haven't had enough really good birdie opportunities every hole.
Up at the 16th, this is the second for Denmark's Nicole Brock Estrup.
I have to feel like these teams really have to birdie out here to give themselves a chance. You'd expect that leading team to pick up 1, if not 2, heading towards the clubhouse.
15, Heiji Kang.
Seen some shots miss right because the wind is blowing left to right. But that'll be fine. A little bit further back than the U.S. team of Ewing and Kupcho.
This would be a real bonus up on the green for Ronnie Yin. Oh, they're starting to come steady on, steady on. Well, they've got 2 putts of a similar length there just to save par, the leaders, at the 15th. So this could be very interesting, the final round of the Dow Championship here at Midland Country Club. Par putt here for Roning in at the 15th. Okay, no problem at all. They stay at 21 under par.
And you have to wonder how many birdie opportunities are ahead for them. Again, no par 5s down this home stretch. Your summer guilty pleasure is back. Big Brother returns with new house guests, new twists, and something so new, well, we can't reveal that just yet. Don't miss the season premiere of Big Brother Wednesday, July 17th on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Back out to the 15th. What twists and turns await for us here, Tom?
Yeah, what could happen, I wonder? Good drives by all 4 players. Look at that in the line there at the 15th.
Yeah, they are good, but because of this north wind that's hurting, both Kang and Kim have a little bit more than they probably had all week. IK Kim with 140 yards. And that 140 is going to play a little bit longer. And, you know, this is all carry. You cannot come up short or it'll drop down. This whole green is perched up like the top of a volcano.
I went back there to switch clubs. Couldn't tell if it was to one more or to one less, Kay, but
I think it was to one more because the wind's just picking up a bit. Plenty safe.
Safely aboard, a little bit long, but went with that longer club to make sure she got it up to that plateau on this green. Two balls on the green, Kay. 2 looks at birdie on every hole in this format.
Now, hey,
And
Kang.
that's something, yeah, that's something that Kang and Kim have not done for the most part. It's been a grind today. They started off in good form with 3 birdies in the first 5 holes, but they've had to fight for everything the second half.
I mean, Heiji's feet here are aimed off the left side of this green.
Well, it's may miss short left, and that, oh.
She's
That is
taking
no
practice
good.
swings like she's trying to hit a little bit of a fade, but she's set up so far open that in order for her to get that back on line with the hole, it'd be a really, really soft shot she'd have to hit.
Up at the 16th, we saw the approach from Estrup. See if she can connect on this birdie putt. Good stroke, just not quite right on the read. So let's get back to Kupcho.
Her number is 124 to the hole, so it looks like such a short distance, but it's got to be playing a little closer to 130. Actually, the wind has died down at the moment. She's going with wedge, hitting it hard. Oh, and it sucks back
Get
off
steady. Yeah.
Oh, goodness, all
It's
the way
steep there
down
as
to
well.
the rough.
Yeah, it's pretty steep. I mean, that's, what, 5 or 6 feet below, maybe not that much, below the level of the putting surface.
And up at the 16th, we have a Taya Titikun on the tee.
Move the tee up a little bit today here on this hole. A long, straight par 4. A little bit easier playing downwind today.
Another fairway found. Back to Ewing.
Well, Ewing has also pulled out a wedge, but she's almost 10 paces ahead of where Kupcho hit from, so this should be good. Go ahead and fly it at the flagstick. Even a little beyond is okay.
Allie going with a little bit more of a 3/4 shot. Jen went with a big full swing, which is going to have a lot more spin. Much better control there from Allie Ewing. And that's when it's nice to have a partner to bail you out.
Yeah. So that should be a guaranteed birdie. It will get them to 21 under par. It's getting tight at the top here at the Dow Championship. Back at the 15th hole, this is Kupcho's 3rd.
Has a good lie. Just used a lob wedge.
Yeah, the pressure was off there really because her partner has a great look at birdie. Over on the left side of the green, this is Heiji Kang.
All in all, it didn't end up in that disastrous a spot. Pretty straightforward chip from there.
But you can't keep missing greens. She's got to give the team a chance for birdie if they're going to have any success here come the end of the day. Let's go to 18.
You've got a couple of Britneys playing together, Lincecum and Lang, and this is Lincecum to get the team to 16 under, Team B's. Each of these women, 38 years old, asked how they come up with the name Team B's. They said, well, we didn't want to be Team AARP. So they still got the moves. They said we're too old for that, and Brittany Lang quickly slid in there. That's tour old. We still got a few years ahead of us. Good story.
That could have been the name, Tour Old.
Tour Old. I have a lot of teams that I might have gone a different route. I might have called them Bad Moms. They were the only all-mom team to make the cut this week, and you know that's bad in a good way.
They need to call you ahead of the championship next year.
I'll give them my cell.
Yeah, for some team name advice.
I'm sure you've had some creative thoughts along the way.
You know, I've been really impressed by some of the team names.
Sure. That is one of the things we really haven't discussed too much. They do come up with a creative name for their team. Like Ewing and Cupcho are Ping Pals, both sponsored by Ping. They have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, they do. This is IK for birdie now.
IK and Heiji are iced Coriano. Not sure what that means, but it sounds good. This is a challenging downhill right to left breaking birdie putt. Oh, and she underhit that by too much.
Goodness, they're going to be struggling again for a par here on this hole.
Up at the 18th, this is a magnificent stage here to finish the tournament. It is a par 3. Charlie Hull up and away.
It's not often you finish with a par 3, but it's a lot of fun. Wonderful energy and atmosphere around this hole with the build that they have here, and everybody here in Midland coming to watch.
17th hole. This is Nana Kurtz Madsen. They still have an outside chance. They got a birdie the last two.
Yeah, what's that number going to be, Tom? That is the question.
Yeah, I mean, 23, you'd think is a great look at a winning number, I would say. Cupcho's going to go putt first. And it doesn't really matter. She just was giving her partner a free birdie putt. And now, obviously, everything's going to come down to Ewing.
Up at the 16th, this is the second for Roning Yin.
This group has been funny. You think about team names and things like that. When Antaya was asked about who made the decision, she said, Roning made everything. Roning's the one who made our dinner reservations, who picked our team name, who picked our walk-up song, who gets our Ubers, who plans it all. You got to have that friend, right?
I need leaders in my life. I am a follower. They are called Jen and Ronick. That is their affectionate team name. I like it.
They're barely old in this country, old enough to drink one.
Both 21 years old.
Important par putts coming up here, Kay.
It is, and really important for IK to get this in first. These par putts don't get any easier when someone misses.
Yeah, solid.
Well, we've been talking about it. We might as well take the full deep dive here. Some of the team names of these noteworthy contenders. There's Ping Pals, Ewing and Cupcho. Noel Ducks Given, Caroline Inglis and Amanda Doherty. They were really at a loss and decided to combine their collegiate faves here, the Knowles and the Ducks. So that's how they got there. Jin Young Ko and Nasa Hataoka may have it best. Cheers. They go to dinner, they have a beer and sushi together. When they play together, they said, and they just say cheers at every meal. And it was easy for them to make that choice. And they've been having a lot of fun this week.
Ewing for the birdie. Yes, so they're to 21 under par. And we have a tied ball game here.
After that slow start, Tom, they've really pulled it together here and parred the first 5 straight holes.
Second for Titikun Airborne here at the 16th. Oh, and it got a very soft bounce off that front fringe and did not release, so a lot of territory to navigate for Titikun, the #1 player in the Rolex rankings for 2 weeks in the fall of 22. Our coverage continues at the Dow Championship. Allie Ewing set to tee off.
Yeah, her partner, Kupcho, is down the right tree line. I couldn't tell if it was in the rough or got a kick.
And we will stay here for IK Kim. This group is, the wheels on their sports car have come a little loose down the stretch. Can they get across this finish line and put up a number is the question.
Hopefully they took a quick pit stop and got those bolts tightened, Kelly.
We'll see.
They're showing a lot of fortitude. I mean, they are hanging in there with their maybe B- games at the moment. A good tee shot by In-kyung.
Yeah, I think it was Ricky Bobby who won his first race driving backwards. You know, stranger things have happened in movie history. And at the green here at 16, we have Titikun long range for birdie for her team. Not the worst putt, but would like to be a little bit closer than that. Heiji Kang,
Yeah.
tee shot up and away.
Yeah, taking that down the left-hand side. Be just fine in the fairway.
Let's go back up to the green. Roning Yin has this look for birdie.
Just gently uphill the whole way. End up being an easy par, a difficult par 4, but it keeps getting tighter.
Well, July 4th, just a few days away. We're looking for some fireworks here today. We've seen a number as low as 61 today. It is out there, just maybe not a 58 or a 59 this time around. Hull, see if they can pick up a birdie for Team Hull and Hall. That one never had eyes for the hole. This team's 7 under for the day. As our coverage continues in Midland, Michigan, in the Dow Championship. We should have a winner very soon.
Two holes to play here at the Dow Championship, and Titikun off the tee at 17. Careful. Needed to be in the fairway. It's so tight here that, you know, one shot could make the difference. Let's go to 16.
Second for Kang.
Yeah, that's a very thin 6-iron. Coming up short in the bunker.
She's just fighting her golf swing here, especially on this back 9 as the pressure is mounting.
And you've got the more experienced player just trying to steady the ship. And what does she need to do?
Well, IK Kim has overall done a very good job today. I mean, it's a lot to shoulder, sort of carrying the two of you, which she's done for the bulk of the day. And going to be called upon again to hit a good iron shot and get this team on the green, or at least get them with a birdie opportunity. 174 yards to the hole from the right-hand side of the fairway.
It's just hard to win in a format like this, Kay, when you really have one player who is carrying the weight.
And a little surprising considering they combined an alternate shot yesterday. Unfortunate outcome for her as well. For a 65, the much more challenging format, ham and egging it, if you will, alternating shots for a 65, which was the low round of the day.
Running in on the tee at the 17th. She likes that one. Partner in a little bit of trouble flirting with that bunker over there on the right. But that one's fine. And we'll go back over to the 16th.
Second for Kupcho, Kay.
Oh, and that's a 7-iron. Well, wide right, not hit well at all. That ends up in the front bunker.
It is contagious. However, Allie Ewing has answered every call down this stretch. We'll see if she can do it again.
I think the players are a little fooled by the wind. which is not so much helping as it's blowing right to left at the moment.
On the left edge of the tower.
Yeah.
Allie has pulled out an 8-iron, which I think she's going to have to hit this plenty solid. 135 to the front, 155 to the hole.
Yeah, we've seen, Kay, those that land kind of on the front part of this green aren't releasing as much as players expecting. Just maybe backing off at that point, Kay, to what you said. It's not as downwind as they think.
Well, my left is showing a little hurt.
I think it holds if it pitches 50.
If we're on the tower, it does. So that still ends in a flat. You will take it come off?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Commit to it.
Yeah, I like the switch going to 7-iron. That would have been awfully big. 8-iron, if the wind were helping, yes, that would have been the club, but 7-iron, just a smooth one.
Said she wants to try and hold it up a little bit against that wind.
Oh, kind of decelled through that shot, came out low and left. Nobody on the putting surface.
And no one with an easy shot. Ewing probably the best look from that side. Not as much green to work with. We'll see what those lies look like in that front bunker. And now on the home hole, Nana, of course, Madsen.
Yeah, you never know. Post a number, give them something to think about.
If they get the birdie, they can get it to 20 under. Leaders currently at 21 under with no one aboard on the green. Estrup.
Say a walk-off hole-in-one would be something that they would like right now.
That would be cool. Not the case, but would be very cool. These two friends, since they were teenagers, both from Denmark. A good story. Coming up next, our full afternoon of golf continues in the Motor City with live PGA Tour coverage of the final round of the Rocket Mortgage Classic here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Aaron Rai is your leader. He is also taking it deep at 19 under. A lot of great contenders in the mix there as well. So it's a mixed event week in Michigan. We have the ladies in Midland, the men in Detroit. Always great to be in this state, especially in summertime with these cooler temperatures. Trying to figure out who's going to be first to play here, Kay, at the 16th. What are you observing?
Well, there's three out of the 4 in this front bunker, a popular spot. IK Kim will be first. She has a good level lie in the very bottom of this bunker. Hole located 20 paces on, so this is a 25-yard bunker shot.
Chandler or Inner Bryson?
Well, that came out a little heavy, Morgan, but had enough release to get, well, about 10 feet away.
Just a little bit of a chunk and run there, which you can get away with. That's kind of when you're not totally committed to exactly how far you want to land this shot. It's important to pick out an exact spot, Kay. Either choose to go the low running route or choose to go the high route and carry it almost to where IK's ball is. You can't do the halfway in between.
I like that
Ball
play
above her
to
feet
carry
here.
where IK's ball mark is. And yes, Kelly, the ball is above Kupcho's feet. You also have to, in the back of your mind, you know the green slopes away and off about 2 paces past where the hole is located.
Such a challenging shot. That ball wants to shoot left off a lie like that. And let's go back up to the 18th. And this is a long-range birdie try for Nicole Brock Estrup. Invited to be partners with Nana Korst Madsen, longtime friends. And they have truly capitalized on this week for Nicole trying to play her way to be a fixture on the big stage.
Yeah, birdie there would be important for Brock Estrup because she would get more CME points if they can get out of a tie. So that's going to be written. She could move inside the top 100 potentially with those points in the new list tomorrow. That's Tiddekun's second on the way. Yeah.
It's tough to get it close to that hole coming out of the rough today. It's on a little bit of a crown in the middle of that green.
Now the third for Heiji Kang, Kay.
A little bit of an uphill lie. Oh, and she got way under that.
Man, this could be a very costly hole for both teams. I'm surprised to see them, all four of them, struggling so much on that hole.
Running in second to 17.
Very short backswing there. Lost it a little bit to the right, a little bit quick in the transition.
Not really great birdie looks there, and they're tied for the lead, so it's interesting.
Look what's happening here. Allie Ewing now with her third at 16.
Uphill lie out of the rough. Needs to carry the edge of the green. Then it goes downhill a little.
That's more like it.
That was an important shot right there with her partner. What? Jennifer has about 10 feet probably at least left for par. Try and take some of the pressure off of Jennifer and solidify a par for this team.
You said it, Morgan. They need that par. Otherwise, this putt gets even bigger. A chance to get to 20 under. For Courts Madsen, a good roll. That team will settle for par.
Nobody has read that properly today. It breaks towards the water more than people think.
Yeah, she knew it. She was trying to help her pal out there. You know, she's fine. Madsen's got enough points this year. She's had a good season. You could tell there how much that meant to trying to help out her childhood friend.
Heiji Kang will be first to try to secure par for the team of Kim and Kang. Try to hold it 19 under.
Yeah, this is a solid 25-footer.
This team could help Nicole here. That team, that Danish duo, if they are not able to secure a par here, that would be very costly. Now it's all left up to IK.
The situation getting better by the second for Kupcho and Ewing. Ewing in there close for par. The 18th, Grace Kim teaming with Austin Kim. They are not related. They are just friends. One is Australian, the other is American. Grace Kim, you see there, the Australian. Lovely performance. That has been their team ritual all week, the handshake and the nod. Grace Kim playing some lovely golf in 2024. Was part of a three-way playoff in Grand Rapids just a couple of weeks ago, where Allie Ewing finished fourth. That number 4 is misleading because I mentioned it was a three-way playoff, so she nearly got her place in that playoff. Now let's see what IK Kim can do, Kay.
She would have gotten a decent read off her partner's putt. Knows it's on the slower side. It's a little bit uphill.
Oh,
clutch.
What a clutch putt, Kay. Wow.
Just beautiful.
That was big. That still gives them a chance here. A birdie finish. Not out of the question.
And we'll keep it right here as Jennifer Kupcho still has a par bid on the way. Allie Ewing in much closer.
And this would do her a lot of good to make this putt. It's been quite a few holes since she's seen a putt go in.
Oh, such a confident roll, too. So Ewing with just a few feet to secure the par for Team Ewing and Kupcho.
Meanwhile, over at 17, it's a birdie putt to take the outright lead for Roning Yin. Be a good time to roll one in. And she's left it short.
As we head back to the 16th, Kay, Allie Ewing has come up big for this tandem. The last several holes, can she do it again?
And she's got to convince herself this is what she play and practice for. And I just love these 3-footers. Can't wait to hold this.
The Ping Pals keep up the momentum.
That's a part of her game that has been really solid. I mean, she has had 3 straight top 5 finishes, 2 in majors. And see, we all know in those majors how important those types of putts are.
Take a look at our insights by KPMG. Most top 10s without a win the last 2 seasons. Ataya Tidekin, 17. That's some consistent play. She did have 2 wins back in 2022. And this would be a good time to make a birdie. Wow, she has just steamrolled it by. Sometimes when you have that free putt, you know, it just gets you out of whack.
Yeah, there's a thought that you just still have to hit it with good speed. You're not going to make a putt if it doesn't have good speed. So you're in your mind, know that the next one's good, but I mean, that wouldn't have gone in even if it was on.
Right, exactly, yeah. She's had 4 top 10s this season. Had a late start to the year because of a thumb injury. Now, back on the tee at the 17th. Kupcho.
She's going to sacrifice some distance for accuracy. There is a bunker on the right that comes into play pretty easily. Going with her 3-wood. Oh boy, this is high right.
That's the
was
shot
a huge
that's
miss.
plagued her. Yeah, that's the shot that's plagued her. She's been hitting that. That's her miss. The last few rounds I've been watching.
It's almost in 16th fairway over there.
That was a really big miss, but that's been that little sort of weak left to right shot has been hurting her when she's hit a poor one. Now it's all down to Allie to hit a good one.
Well, buckle up. At least she's had some training the last couple of holes to carry this team, and just keep going about your business. Hit a good tee shot here. She's going with 3-wood as well. Little bit of draw to this one. Will it be too much? Those overhanging trees start coming in very quickly on the left.
Yeah, it's not going to be a long shot in. That bunker, it's about 210 to carry, so that was no problem. But we'll see where Kupcho is. It may just be that they'll have that one chance from Allie to break out of a tie at the top. This is IK Kim back on the tee now.
And she's going with driver. She has tended to hit a little bit of a slice today, but that was a pull down the left-hand side with a good kick.
And finally, Heiji Kang. How far left does she aim at the driver, Kay?
I don't know.
She might be aiming at you.
Have a better answer. Yeah. Does she do it as much with this club as she does with the irons?
It doesn't look like it's as much, does it?
It's not quite as much, but it's still almost a 15 green over there. And
yeah, and this is going to the left with a draw. That will not be ideal.
That's a fairly straight shot to where she was set up.
Yeah. If she was aiming in the middle of the fairway, it'd be happy days, pick up the tee and off you go. But hanging in there, it's not been easy for Heiji Kang.
Here at the 18th, Team Tidekin and Yin trying to post a number and put on some pressure. Ataya up and away.
Wind drifting the ball a little bit to the right. And that is a good shot as the first of the pair. A little bit safe to the left side. And now giving Roning a good opportunity to go flag hunting.
Beautiful trajectory. And another classy shot, a little further away, but a couple of good opportunities ahead, albeit Tidikun in a much better position. To 17.
Now, this is looking from our camera behind the 16th green. So there's Kupcho on the 16th hole.
Yeah, she's not terribly far from where she drove it on the last hole.
I mean, what, could
185
she get
yards
it
to the hole.
Can she get it there without an issue? I mean, what looks like she's going to hit a big cut.
Yeah, she has to hit a, well, ideally a little low rising cut, 167 to the front. She's got to bend it around the trees, keep it underneath the tree limbs.
Kind of the shot she hit off the tee.
Oh, ticked some branches and knocked it down. Just hit it too high and too far to the right.
Yeah, just a little bit aggressive there. That's what can happen. It's worth it to be aggressive in this format there when you are already in a tough spot. But to hit it that far, I mean, 180 yards and keep it that low for that long, just enough of that tree to take all the momentum off of it.
Back in the fairway at 17, this is Ali Ewing.
These fairways are normally very pristine, but her ball's just around a little bit of a scruffed up area. I think more visually distracting than anything. 7-iron in hand. 149 yards, playing a little bit longer.
Wow. She's given them a chance for the birdie. And who's going to be next to go?
Looks like IK is going to go there. She and her partner about a yard apart. But Kang will have kind of a tricky shot, so I think this is best for In-kyung to hit first. Kind of don't add any extra pressure should Kang not hit a good shot.
Is that one little branch, Kay, in any trouble?
Not really, no. The issue is the wind's hurting and left to right, so it's going to require a draw to get close. Oh,
she started
boy.
it way left.
She did, and she hit the furthest tree limbs, not a tree that I thought would have been in play at all.
Yeah, she was set up to hit a draw, her feet well close to the target line, and just straight pull.
And now Heiji Kang, who did miss the fairway over on the left, so that brings more of the trees into play.
It does, and the lie is less than perfect out of this primary rough. She should be playing to the front right of the green. Yeah, that was really well done. A very practical play.
Let's see where it settles. But they've got work to do to, well, to make par. But they need to make a birdie if they're going to have any chance here. Now Kupcho's third.
Yeah, just a little bit more than 100 yards. Got to negotiate another tree. Maybe she'll hit it just outside her partner and give her a read. Nope, comes up a little short.
Yeah. Still, Ewing has a putt for a birdie there to try and take the lead. There's also a putt at 18 to do the same.
Back at the 18th, and this is a really good look at how challenging this birdie putt is for Roning Yin. Not a ton of movement there, Morgan, in a pretty good roll.
Yeah, from that distance, just about cozying it down to make sure that you solidify a par. So your partner, who has a better look, can give it a good run.
And she will step right in and try to get the job done. This is to post at 22 under, which could end up being a winning number.
Yeah, this is just a slight downhill putt. We've seen players struggle to read right around this hole all day long. See if Atthaya can dial it in.
Yes! In her Dow Championship tournament debut, she has a chance to win.
Not surprising from this duo to put up such a wonderful performance. Two of the best players in the field pairing up together. Knew going into the week that they would be a very formidable team. But that makes the task that much more challenging for Jennifer Kupcho and Allie Ewing.
Sure does. And again, each player is credited with an LPGA Tour victory if they are part of the winning team. Take another look at this perfection.
Yeah, most players have been playing too much break, playing this too far out left, expecting it to break more to the right. And Atthaya kept it inside the hole. And you know they're having a blast out there. What a way to finish the day. Could it be just enough?
Well, Ronan Yin has had a couple of partners over past years at the Dow Championship and has never been a factor. The story is quite different this week. These two are very good friends. In fact, they say it's like having my best friend out there. When they talk to each other, they say, I got you and you got me. Their words, not mine. And when you have two players as consistent as they are, it also brings a level of comfort to play much better.
Go out to the 17th. Heiji Kang for a birdie.
Well, it's probably a little too late for this team. Her partner, IK Kim, will make 5 at best.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to win now. The 18th being a par 3, but still important for trying to break out of a tie with Kurtz Madsen and Brock Estrup, trying to get as many CME points as they possibly can. Heiji Kang is 130th in the race to the CME Globe, top 100 at the end of the season. Avoid the Q score. But now the spotlight is on the American pair. This is a par putt to kind of ease things up for Ewing.
Yeah, she's just going to try to get keep her flow going. Should an important putt be needed at the 18th. The leaderboard here, short right of the green, has just been updated, showing that Titakun and Ronin are at 22. I don't see that Allie Ewing has looked at the board, but the caddies are all staring intently.
I think it's the thing you'd want to know, Kay.
Cheering. Yeah, Morgan, they heard some cheering on the green, but it wasn't massively loud. And it was, if you didn't know the otherwise, you wouldn't be sure what it was for.
So this is a really big putt here, Kay.
It is, and it's not an easy putt. She's just past hole high. It will be, I don't know, it's a little tough to detect the exact speed needed, but it will have a fair bit of right to left break.
Just giving it, oh, it's just stayed high. How far
It
by did
didn't
that
break
go?
down. Ooh, it looks like at least 2 feet.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem, but late in the day, you got to take care of the short putts. So a bogey here would be an absolute disaster for Ewing and Kupcho. I mean, they're going to need to make this and birdie the last to force a playoff, but this is, again, a very important putt for Allie Ewing.
Morgan, it shouldn't be so hard at this point, should it?
I mean, the way that they've played this 16th and 17th hole is not what you'd expect in best ball. Feels like we're playing alternate shot.
Yeah. Well, they will go to the 18th, needing a birdie to force a playoff. And it's possible. Very possible.
No walk-off hole-in-one for a victory.
Or a walk-off hole-in-one. I mean, that would be...
I was wondering when we were going to get
that
there.
would be... I mean, that would go down as one of the great moments in LPGA history. Par putt here for Haeji Kang.
Remember the playoff with Jonathan Bird making hole-in-one to win in Vegas?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so again, big hole, although they're not going to win, Kim and Kang, if they can make a birdie, it'll be very important.
Well, on that note, let's continue that conversation. We have seen stranger things. Holes in one at the Dow Championship, they happen. We've seen 2 already this week and actually 1 at the 18th. This was on Friday, round 2. And that's Hanako Shibuno lighting up the par 3 and her face lighting up in the wake of that Herculean effort. Her partner Manami Katsu just as thrilled as she is. It is out there, folks.
I loved her, what she said afterwards. She said, how did you react? She goes, I don't know, I was just shaking. I was so excited.
Well, this happened just a few moments ago. Really lifting the position of Ataya Titikun and Ronin Yin. They get into the house at 22 under, and this last group now approaching the tee at 18. It was an 8-iron for Shibuno earlier in the week when she made the ace, and we will see what's in store for this group today as we get to the tee. A little quieter conditions with wind here, Kay. The flag is barely moving, not a lot of ripples on the pond.
I think that's a little bit of a confusing look because I think the bleachers and sponsor tents are blocking that wind. It is definitely up there. It's certainly not as strong as it was, I'd say, about an hour ago, but it is hurting. It's been consistently out of the north most of the day, a little bit northwest at times.
What a beautiful look, an aerial view of this virtual island green, reminiscent of the par 3 17th at the TPC at Sawgrass. But this one is the finishing hole, not the penultimate hole.
And that wind starting to pick up a bit, and it just backed Jennifer off the shot, and she's going to think about it again. She has an 8-iron in her hand, and she has to do some serious self-coaching right now and forget the short right misses that she's made and just put her best swing on it.
Yeah, she's had some poor swings, Kay, on this back 9, but what a time to bring it back together right here. Have it fall off that Dow sign a little bit left of the flagstick.
Oh, she got under it a bit. Oh, that almost went in the water. It hung up in the rough. That was a strange shot, Morgan.
It's the same shot that she's hit most of this back 9K. She's been short and she's been right, just getting underneath a little bit. I know we saw some of that yesterday as well. Now all the pressure on Allie.
She's been handling the pressure quite well, Morgan, but it is worth noting her last couple of swings have looked a little out of sorts tempo-wise, and she's missed them a bit to the left, so we'll see what she does here.
I think normally I would say this isn't the hardest shot on the golf course, but under these circumstances, needing to make a birdie, your partner in trouble, this becomes much more significant. In between clubs, obviously, now 2 clubs in hand.
the kind of shot, Kay, where you want to have a good number, not be standing there in between a couple clubs.
I think you forget going right at the flag. I'd say let's land this, you know, just left. And that kind of makes you focus left of the flag, not at the water. Really pick your target, be committed, and rely on your solid ball striking.
Yeah, has to step up here and hit a good one.
It was solid. Maybe. Oh, and boy, that did not get past the front of the green by much.
No, birdies are not a guarantee here at all. Work to do, work to do. Allie Ewing, ranked tied for third in par 3 scoring this year, averaging just a tick under par. She will have to work for that 2 right now. Tidikun and Yin looking on, embraced in each other's arms, celebrating that birdie putt that may be the one to seal the title. The Dow Championship on CBS Sports is sponsored by Dow, official sustainability resource of the LPGA and LET. Well, it has come down to the final hole at the Dow Championship in the 2024 edition. Ronan Yin and Atthaya Thitikul just moments ago posting a birdie on the last hole for a 4-ball score of 62 in this final round. Thitikul making that birdie putt, and it never missed a beat, right in the center of the hole. So now, Allie Ewing and Jennifer Kupcho, the All-American pairing, the Solheim Cup teammates. Morgan, you're the assistant captain, 1 of 4 for the U.S. Solheim Cup team. You've seen what these players are capable of doing. Does Allie Ewing or Jennifer Kupcho have a little something left to make this interesting?
Well, they certainly have their work cut out for them based on those tee shots. They didn't make it easy on themselves. And I mean, if you want to talk Solheim Cup, there's no question Captain Stacey Lewis has been paying close attention to this pair all week. They've really played some solid golf, especially an alternate shot. Their games pair up very well for alternate shot. Just have struggled here on these last few holes coming down the stretch, but need to dig deep to the well one more time. It's interesting that Ronan and Atthaya are kind of just sitting there watching and not maybe walking out to the putting green or trying to stay loose with the potential for a playoff. They're catching up with all of the text messages that they have gotten.
And it's not like Lilia Vu a couple of weeks ago in Grand Rapids, who posted a final round 65 at 2:42 to wait to see if she was in a playoff just after the 4 o'clock hour. That's a little different story. They are fresh off the round, maybe just taking a quick breather, but you don't want to assume there won't be a playoff, do you? Looking to see who's first to play, and worth noting as well that Kupcho and Ewing have very different trajectories en route to having 3 LPGA Tour wins apiece. Ewing's have come in a more pick-off fashion, one in 2020, one in 2021, another in 22. But Kupcho just stormed onto the scene there with a major and 3 wins in the same season, including the team event with Lizette Salas here a few years ago.
This is not an easy lie. It's almost like a buried lie in the rough.
And never a chance there. So it will be up to Allie Ewing to keep the Ping Pals' hopes alive. Meanwhile, Yin and Thitikul enjoying some cool air. Back at the 18th hole as we finish up the 2024 edition of the Dow Championship. Haeji Kang from just off the green.
Her partner, IK Kim, has putted it up close, ensuring par. Haeji going to try to chip this in. Oh, right at her partner's ball mark. Oh. It's one of those days
Tough day.
towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Tough day for Hae-Ji Kang and IK Kim, just trying to keep things moving for this team. They had a chance.
Yeah, both of the teams in this group just kind of treading water here at the end, having to make some pretty solid par saves.
It comes down to this. Kay, Allie Ewing for birdie to force a playoff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's fully aware of what she needs to do. And she, of course, would rather have had her tee shot end up at least half the distance closer. This is a pretty hefty length putt, about 30 foot in distance. Uphill slightly, then flattening out. Looks like some left to right break, so not a straightforward putt at all.
A couple of very interested spectators just inside the glass in the clubhouse, Kay.
I bet.
That one right all the way. A valiant effort by Ewing and Kupcho, among others. But there you have it. Your 2024 Dow champions, Roning Yin and Atthaya Thitikul, a pair of 21-year-olds dominating this week. It all began with that opening round alternate shot format. They come out strong with 64, Morgan, and follow it with a pair of 66s in a final round 62 as we watch Kupcho try to clean up for par.
And Morgan, I'm sure Jennifer's going to have a little conversation with herself and try to figure out what went wrong down the stretch, try to work out that flaw in her swing right now.
Yeah, there's a week off here after this week, but a lot of big golf coming up.
Well, let's join Tom Abbott with the winners.
Yeah, congratulations to you two. What an amazing performance it was in the end. I got to ask you, Atthaya, about that putt on 18.
It was so nervous, actually. I mean, like, I knew that it's not for me, but it's for both of us. So nothing, just like in my mind, just like I want to make it. I want to make it so bad, and yeah, I just make it for us.
What was it about this team, Ronnie, that made you play so well?
I mean, we just had a lot of fun there, and we keep each other accountable. And then, I mean, for that putt, I just kind of have a feeling that she's going to make it. And she's basically just walk in. So, good job.
Well, good job to the both of you. It was fantastic to watch. Congratulations. You're the champions of the Dow Championship. Kelly?
And that is win number 3 for Atthaya Thitikul on the LPGA Tour. And also number 3 for her good buddy, Roning Yin. 12th and 4th in the Rolex rankings, respectively. They came in perhaps the ones to beat, and that proved to be the case, according to the numbers. IK Kim cleaning up the round there. Tough day, but a great experience nonetheless for her and her friend Hae-Ji. And a lot of interviews ahead for these two, and a well-deserved trophy presentation. And let's update you on the race to the CME Globe standings, the projected standings. Nelly Korda with 6 wins on the season, still a very comfortable lead. Although some disturbing news is she suffered a dog bite on one of her hands and is not able to play overseas this week. She was scheduled for an LET event, so we'll keep a close eye on that news as our major championship season continues. Hannah Green holding down second place. There's Allie Ewing at number 5. What a run she is on. So coming up next on CBS, the final round of the Rocket Mortgage Classic, just 130 miles south of here in Detroit. For Morgan Pressel and our entire crew, I'm Kelly Tillman saying so long from Midland, Michigan. Congratulations to Roning Yin and Atthaya Thitikul, the 24 Dow champions. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports in association with the LPGA.